Welcome back to another video, guys. Now today's video I'm going to be showing you the best attachments to use on certain operators, but let's get into today's video. For Ash, I use both guns, but for the R4C I use the ꜱᴏᴄ, muzzle brake and vertical grip, and I also sometimes use the ꜱᴏᴄ and the red.C and red.B. For the G36C I use the suppressor, vertical grip and 1.5, and that's the same for Lana as well. For Thermite, I use a 2.5 ACOG, flash hider and vertical grip. For Twitch, I use the 1.5 scope, compensator and vertical grip. For Buck, I use the 1.5 scope and compensator. For Nook, I use the suppressor and 1.5, and that's the same for Smoke as well. For Maverick, I use the 1.5 muzzle brake and angled grip. For Sophia, I use the 1.5 compensator and vertical grip. For Jackal, I do use the PDW as well, but for the C7E, I use the 1.5 flash hider, angled grip, and the same as well for the PDW. For Hibs, I use the 1.5 muzzle brake and angled grip. For the Bearing 9, I use the flash hider and the red.C, and this is the same class setup for Thunderbird as well. For Lana, I use the ꜱᴏB, muzzle brake and angled grip. For Mr. Ace, I use the 1.5 muzzle brake and angled grip. For Doc, I use the 1.5 muzzle brake and vertical grip. For Work, I use the 1.5 suppressor and angled grip. For Mr. Jaeger ACOG, I use the ꜱᴏ, muzzle brake and angled grip. Sometimes I do swap to the A. For Bandit, I use the iron sights and suppressor. You know, the iron sights on this MP7 is just so good, so you might as well use it instead of using a sight. For Mozzie, I do use his commando as well, but for his P10, I use the 1.5 flash hider and angled grip, and for his commando, I use the red.B, flash hider and angled grip. For Legion, I use the ꜱᴏ, flash hider and vertical grip. This is the same class for Oryx as well. The only difference is for the sight I use the 1.5. For Miss Ella, because you know she's had so much nerfs and buffs over the years, I use ꜱᴏ, muzzle brake and vertical grip. Now if I do change the sight, I go to ꜱᴏ, and then I change this to flash hider, and then I change this to angled grip, and that works. It's different for everyone because everyone's recoil is different to how they control it, but yeah, that's my preference. For Wamai, I use ꜱᴏ and flash hider. For his AUG, I use ꜱᴏ and compensator. That's the same for IQ's AUG as well. Thunderbird, I use the red.C, muzzle brake and vertical grip. This is the same for Flinker as well. Bearing 9 I've done for Hibana earlier. And for my main Solus, I use red.C and compensator. Sometimes I do switch to the ꜱᴏ depending on how I feel. And then for the SMG11, I use the ꜱᴏ, flash hider and vertical grip. This is the same on all the ops who have this gun as their secondary. Well yeah guys, that's all my attachments for the operators I use. The other operators that I've done, because I don't really use them, but if I do use them, I will make an updated video in the future. And I shall catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.